every position is bought in, too. Do you see the blocking downfield out of that team, Coach?
I mean, Brandon Ayuk, I mean, he made a block last week. He ran and just caught up just to get Christian another 5 yards. And I guess that's something we should try to get George Pickens to maybe let watch
that. Well, that's where we were heading next because I think watching – like Juwan Jennings, I think is his name, and Jennings, Jennings, and then Ayuk is there, and then Debo there. They're like, obviously Ayuk and Debo, big names. Debo's already been paid, but you could tell like their culture, I think, by the way the effort is getting. George Kittle's obviously trying all the way down the field. Now on the flip side, Tone Diggs has a question for you, Coach, and remember, we're in the middle of quite a heartbreak for the Cowboy in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Coach.
Yes.
I mean, it feels like the whole city is burning down. Could you have imagined a time where, Hines Ward was saying that he wasn't blocking because he didn't want to get rolled up on, or the Colts ran 20 times in a row to win a ball game against, a Steelers defense? It feels like, Ben came out and said the Steelers' way is potentially going away. Ryan Clark's come out and talked about it too, how it doesn't feel like the Steeler way is potentially a thing anymore. Have you talked about it, your thoughts on it all? And is it something that Coach Tomlin can turn around? Because as someone who grew up with your teams going from 95 on, that was my first memory was the Hail Mary against the Colts and Harbaugh.
That was good times.
That was good time.
At the time, Colts probably heartbroken. Jeez.
Just what are your thoughts on the whole situation in Pittsburgh right now, and can it be turned around with this regime?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, Tone. I think it is disappointing to see and hear what George Pickens talks about, because culture really is about. It's about commitment and sacrifice. And, you're not just playing with one another, you're playing for one another. And no, I could never imagine a player at all not performing and giving everything, because to me, it's all about effort. We're going to make mistakes. I get it, and sometimes we don't make the right call. But the one thing that should never be questioned is your effort and your ability to be there for your teammate, picking somebody up. So that is very bothersome. I think there's got to be consequences to that. And so I we'll see what happens with it, and he's going to be held accountable, because you have to have accountability. And you don't do anything and there's no consequence to the choice that he made, now you're losing accountability. And I think that's a very, very important element to have in that building. And right now the struggle has been on offense all year long. And I think the defense came through early in the season, making some big plays at the end of a game. They had some wins, maybe a false sense of confidence. They're really been no different all year long. It's a team that just has an inability to score points, and the defense feels like there's no margin of error. Can it get turned around? Yeah. I think that you have to sit back when the season's over, is see what you want to do on the offensive side of the ball. Bring in someone who is established, who's going to bring in a system that will get back to what Steeler football is about. If I was them right now, I would be putting whoever they want to put out there, but I had Kenny Pickens under center. Put him under center. You have Najee Harris, who's a downhill runner. He's not a side box car runner. He's not Warren. You see all the big runs, they're downhill. How you like Dahn?
First down, we run downhill down there. Yeah.
But you know what, though? It also sets up the play action. Everything else you want to do, you got a young quarterback. Lean it, and that helps the offensive line. There's nothing that's negative about going back there. Oh, it's old school. We're in a new era of shotgun. No, you're in an era of shotgun if you have a quarterback that can do it. But make him earn the right to do that. I mean, there's some guys, yes, I'm not going to put Patrick Mahomes under the center all the time. Hey, what'd they do with Josh Allen? All of a sudden, you're seeing Josh Allen back under center a little bit more and taking away some of that response and making it easier for him. Get the running game going. And sometimes, I'd sit there, and if Ben was making bad decisions, my answer to that was, I'm just going to call running plays. I'm not going to give you a chance to throw. Earn the right. Show me I can trust you again. Can I trust you? It's okay to punt. That's why we have a punter.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay every now and then to punt. That's all right. I'll trust my defense. So those are the things that you want to do, and I think that's why I love where the Buffalo Bills are right now. It's almost like backed into a corner. Let's come out and play defense. Let's run the ball a little bit more with James Cook. I mean, you saw that run. You showed it there. It was. I mean, that's football. That's Buffalo football. And Josh Allen, this fourth quarter, show it again. I mean, you can't get enough of that. I mean, seriously.
How am saying? All I care about is my ball, the ball, which is great.
Oh, hey, absolutely, 100%, 100%. But you know what? It is a tone setter. I mean, it sets the tempo, and and everyone else feeds off of that. And I'll tell you what, Josh Allen at quarterback because no one else had one in the fourth quarter. You want the ball in your hands? We'll put the ball in your hands if we need to.
Seems like he makes a lot of plays, and I appreciate you saying, like, you just got to identify who you are. You got to know, you have to have a self-awareness about your team and what you can do efficiently. Why do places not do that? Like, for instance, what you said about Kenny Pickett there. Why aren't they doing that? Why are some places that, on the flip side, like Shane Steichen, I think he ran the ball 17 straight times against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, why are some teams able to run the ball when the other team knows they're going to run the ball, and why are some teams not able to do it? Why do you think that's the case?
I think it's a commitment, Pat. I think Shane Steichen has got to be talked about for Coach of the Year, what he's done in Indianapolis. And then, Gardner Minshew, when he's had that, and Jonathan Taylor hasn't been there all year. And honestly, Gus Bradley and that defense, they don't get enough credit. I mean, these guys are a turnover machine. They get takeaways every game.
19 straight. 19 straight, Coach.
I know. And so here's the thing I say is, it's not the yards, it's the attempts. If you attempt running the ball enough, the yards will come. Because you get 3 yards and because you get 2 yards, okay, we can't run it. No. It's about the attempts. Get the attempts because the big plays and the everything else, they will come. And the play action will come. It helps your offensive linemen. They're not just back there teeing off and getting in a sprinter stance to try to rush the quarterback when you're in the shotgun. So I don't know why, to be honest with you, Pat, because I think when you look at the top teams in the league, they're very balanced. Baltimore's very balanced, running the ball, throwing the ball. San Francisco, as you talked about, they're going to run the ball, throw the ball. The Miami Dolphins, what have they done this year? They got back to running the football that complements their passing game with Tyreek Hill. Yeah, the Detroit Lions. You think they don't like to run the football with Dan Campbell and that offensive line? I mean, so and even the Cowboys have gotten back into running the football and putting all of a sudden you see Dak's back under center a little bit. So the running the game sets up the play action, which gives you the big plays, and it's an old theory, but it works. Old school still works.
Hell yeah, Coach. Hell yeah. That felt good to say, I assume. And while you're watching these games, whenever you're seeing these teams that are shaped very similar to the teams that you had in Pittsburgh have success in 2023, I do wonder if you go, oh, maybe I do go back and coach. I do go back and coach, because allegedly there's going to be a couple spots open now.